friendship and how to make friends after certain age,
Okay.
Because actually many people they facing this problem
Okay.
in life,
Okay.
women and men both.
Okay. So I've just been asked a question. The question is, when people grow older and they reach maybe close to 30 years of age, suddenly it's difficult to maintain friendships. Friendships with people who are there from school, from college, those friendships kind of get lost. People probably move to other cities, or maybe they are in the same location but they get busy with their lives, they have children, um, they have families, they have jobs, there's a lot more engagement, and it becomes difficult for them to keep up their friendships. And it also becomes difficult to make new friendships, because then there's also this kind of mental block says I'm not able to keep up with existing friendships. Now I really don't have the time to make new ones. So this kind of thought process is there. So it's a pretty interesting question. I haven't really thought about it so much, but let's try and figure out the answer on the fly as we speak. So, as I was explaining, that usually friendships happen because people are in a common situation, like in school, they go to the same class, or they go to play the same game. They like soccer, they like cricket, they like football, they like baseball, depending on the country you're in and depending on the kind of sports that you like. You meet people who have the same interest, and then you make friends. Or you're in the same class together, the same teacher, the same situation. You're studying math together, you have some trouble, you seek each other's help. So you can make friends like that. So friendships can be because of any of these reasons. But then the other is circumstances. Um, you're going through some crisis, you go somewhere, you're all in this crisis together, like, you have a war situation. People who are maybe now in Ukraine, they probably rushing out of Ukraine and going to Europe, and they meet each other in a very stressful situation. They're together, that kind of situation. They become friends, they help each other. We've heard of people who became close to each other in places like Germany during the Holocaust, when the Jews were tormented by the Nazis. The people forged really strong friendships. So sometimes real good friendships form in difficult situations. Or you going on a holiday together, you just took one of those make my trip holidays, or yatra holidays, or whatever you call them. You just get together and you're all together in a bus. There are these movies made in India where people just met each other in a bus. They were going all through Europe and US and all that, and they became close. They actually fell in love. They got married. So it can be happy, it can be sad, it can be transactional. You're going for the same course. You're going to study how to trade in shares, make proper investments. Or you're going for a leadership program. Like, I've had this experience that sometimes I give leadership programs, soft skills training, and people come together there, and then they get together, they become friends. So you can become friends in a variety of situations, and that's situational friendship. And then you have common interest friendship, and then you have childhood friendship where you really don't know why you became friends. You just became friends. So it's good to classify each of these friendships in a different way and try to understand them, and then look at the real question is why we are not able to make friendship, and should we make friendships, what should we do. So that's the question. Now the first thing is, originally when people were friends, it was purely based on mutual admiration, love for each other. There was no vested interest. And those friendships are the best. Friendships where people just relate with each other from the heart. There's no transaction. It's not business. They're just looking at getting close to each other because they like each other. So that's real friendship. In languages like Sanskrit and Hindi, there are different kinds of names for different kinds of friendship. There's one friendship which is called Mitra, then there is Bandhu, then there is Sakha, uh, Atma Bandhu. So, depending on how close the relationship is, the name is also given to friendship. A friendship is something very special. Now, you may be having two jobs because you got to earn money, or you have just one job or a business, but you come back home, you got to spend time with your spouse, you got family to take care of, you got children. All these things could be there. Or you have, you got to do something for your boss in your spare time when you get back home. You have a hobby which you've cultivated and you need to give it time. There could be a variety of things which can pull at your time and pull you and kind of force you to do stuff. And then because of all this, like the question was raised, you can't really make friends, and you're kind of nearly 30 and you can't make new friends. You're not able to service your earlier friendships. You're not able to keep in touch, probably because you're far away from those friends. You're in a different city, a different country, a different location, or you just moved on in life because you got so many new things. You got a family, they have their own families, you have kids, so many things, and it's not happening. What I want to say is, first and foremost, your earlier friends you had from your childhood, your college, whom you were really intimate with, close to, don't let those friendships fade away. Rekindle them. Because these relationships you formed probably out of your heart. You really liked each other. Don't let go of them. And if they have also let go of you because of various pressures, talk to them. Get back. Get back. Because you will understand that this will bring forth renewed energy in you, renewed energy in them. There's something called effectiveness. Somebody will do a particular job, a particular work in maybe 2 hours, and somebody will do it in 3 minutes, and somebody will take 20 hours to do the same. If you are fulfilled as a person in so many ways, your personality is well rounded, you're holistic, then you'll be able to perform a lot better. You'd be more effective. Naturally, you'd save your time. Your existing relationships with your family members, with whoever you have, your children, they will also blossom, because it's like a certain part of you is missing. It's not that you're just a family man and nothing else, or you're just a friend man and you're nothing else, or you're just an office person and nothing else. No, life does not work like that. You have to be holistic. You have to, you have to have love in you. You have to really have all aspects taken care of. You can't take out a chunk and expect to be whole. So that whole has to be filled up, and then you will be whole, so to say. So you need friendships. It'll take you to a completely different level. You can look at it in a little bit in transactional ways also. You have a friend who's really doing great. You were friends from childhood. You could speak with each other, confide in each other. He could tell you what he believes and things without expecting that you would judge him, and you could be also honest, and you could take advice from each other. You lost touch, and now he's such a big man, he's a multimillionaire. Well, those friendships can really help you, because he knows that you were nice to him when you had nothing and he had nothing, and he'd probably help you a lot, and you would feel grateful, and you would probably reciprocate to someone else and even to him. Because see, you can't buy friendship with money. When you have money or when you have a position, people come to you, they pretend to be wanting to be your friends, but what really is in it for them is what they're looking. And you kind of can judge it, whether you're literate, you're illiterate, whether you're extremely educated or not. Your heart, your soul can feel if someone's like really not there, someone's really not 100% being sincere with you. They just kind of trying to use you. You get to know, and then you can't really get any flavor from that relationship. You can't feel happy. In Sanskrit, the word is rasa. You never feel you'll not be able to taste the the beauty of that relationship. And so you wouldn't want to make such a relationship. But even if you're rich, you'd have such a great relationship with someone who is like, being your childhood friend. It doesn't matter, he's not rich, he's not as educated as you today, he doesn't move around with the happening crowd, but that doesn't matter. He was your friend and you would feel great being with him. You could just let go, you could just be yourself, and so it works both ways. It works for the person who's more successful and also works for the person who's less successful. There's something to benefit for both of them on the emotional level, on the mental level, and probably on the material plane also. You can help each other. It's not a wrong thing. It's not wrong to help a friend. It's actually good. If you help someone, you feel nice inside. A certain part of you will blossom and say, yeah, wow, I did something for someone. I didn't expect anything in return. I did it from the goodness of my heart. And the truth is, what goes around comes around. If you did somebody a favor, then in future something good will happen to you. And forget if something happens or not, you at least feel good for the moment. You have someone who's really wishing well for you because you helped them. And the person who got help obviously is feeling great and is grateful and is happy. So it's a beneficial thing. Plus the sharing, the caring, just venting out feelings, it helps you kind of relax. No spa in the world, no kind of games like golf or anything can probably give you that release that you can when you're with a group of friends. No, you can't. So that's why friendship is so important. So never, 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 never think that this is not an important component in your life. It's a very important component. You need to develop and nurture friendships. If you were lucky that you had some friendship in the past with a lot of people and some of them were really close to you, and you can rekindle that, the situation is good now. Nowadays you have Zoom, you have Google Duo, you have WhatsApp, you have so many ways. You've got phones, you can call each other wherever you are in the world, you can video conference, so you can kind of rekindle those friendships. And if you're not, you're really missing out on something great in life. And if you're so lucky that you can actually physically meet often, there's nothing like it. I know cities are very busy now, to commute from one end of the city to the other is really difficult. You have work, you have office, you got so many meetings to attend. But please remember, just as your job is important, just as your family is important, friendships are equally important. And that friendship, that relationship will help you take those other relationships that you have, the other aspects of your life which you think are important, to a higher level, to a much better level, probably to another plane itself. So please don't let go of friendships that you had in the past, and please make an attempt to make new friendships based on your interests. You can either complement each other or supplement each other. You have common interests, then you become friends. You have different interests, but that's what's exciting. You can share things with the other person. But make sure that your friendships are genuine. It's not that you're expecting something from someone. Well, if that's the case, you just pay for a life coach. The person will, talk to you, have your best interest in mind. I also do life coaching. So, it's a transactional thing. But if you have friendships, there's no physical exchange of money. It's just heart to heart, and that makes a big difference. That makes a big difference. So you'll find that a lot of people are getting into depression nowadays. They're getting into chemicals, they're having psychotropic drugs, they're taking sleeping pills, they have difficulty with relationships, divorces happen because they're probably spending too much time with each other. I heard during the COVID, a lot of people spend a lot of time with their families, and then they kind of discovered that they don't have things in common, or they're kind of competing with each other, they didn't like each other, there were a lot of divorces, a lot of tensions. All these things can happen. But if you are with your friends, and if the relationship is sincere, then there's nothing that you're expecting from each other, and because of that, psychologically you will go to a different level. You probably wouldn't need to see psychiatrists and psychologists. Sorry about that. Your business can probably come down, my dear friends. psychologists and psychiatrists, but people will be a lot happier and healthier. So please make friends, spend time with them, and let yourself blossom, let yourself go. Take that holiday which you've not been able to take for a long time. Work can wait. When you leave this world, the world will still run the same way your office will still run when you're not in it. So take time off. Don't worry. You know, just go for that holiday with your friends. Meet them. Go on a long vacation. Enjoy yourself. You owe it to yourself. What's the use of a lot of money, a lot of numbers in your bank account, lots of zeros and lots of ones, but then you're a multimillionaire, but you've really not enjoyed your life. You've heard of the story of the man without a shirt on his back, not a care in the world. He was sleeping fine. The king, who had so many responsibilities, was tense. He was not happy, wondering how this person's able to be so happy. So once in a while, let go and be happy, and spend your time with friends. Don't give all your time to your family. Don't give all your time to your job. Give some to your friends. And when you feel the difference, do come back and make some comments to this video. I intend to put this out, this question that was asked, it's good. So I just thought, I'll put this question out and give an answer. It's like on the fly though. Haven't really researched it, just telling you things as I feel from my heart, my experience, and my experience of dealing with so many people over the last so many years. I feel that people who have friends are much happier. But you also have to choose your friends wisely. That's important. Don't associate with people who are a negative influence on you, and try to influence those who you love in a positive way and uplift them, and try to make progress this way. Thank you so much for your time. Until we make another video, bye-bye. Thank you so much for your question again, and thank you for listening. See you later. And to all our viewers, goodbye.